So if you're a subscriber of Keemstar or the Quartering, or more than likely both, you probably woke up with a lot of drama on your newsfeed today. This all started when a channel called 8 Thoughts Gaming said that the Quartering struck down his main channel. Now, after being called out for this, he changed it from a direct "he did do it" to a question mark to kind of imply that he doesn't know, because he doesn't, because flagging channels is completely anonymous. At least anonymous to the YouTuber being flagged, obviously not to YouTube itself. And instead of waiting for any kind of proof that obviously he wouldn't be able to provide, Keemstar went off on him because he called him out for trying to deplatform J-Station along with a bunch of other people in the past. So obviously Keemstar sees this as, him being hypocritical and him being able to attack him. Only it's for a false allegation, and he ends up saying that he should man up and apologize. Rules that later we'll find out Keemstar does not play by. Keemstar then lost the court of public opinion, and many people pointed out that the Quartering did show that he did not flag any video by going to every single one of his channels and going to the Flag Report website, a site that you cannot delete your history from. But this was not good enough for Keemstar, because he suggests that he may have some extra account somewhere that he didn't show, which is one of the stupidest reasons to keep trying to find somebody guilty. Imagine that you're in a courtroom, your lawyer just made your case, he has, say it's a murder charge, and he has an ATM footage of you showing that you're in another state at the time of the murder, and then the DA stands up and goes, well, it could be a twin, could be, a look-alike, could be doppelganger, clone, it could be any one of these reasons. The video could be fake, the ATM could be planted with some hacker fucking video feed. It's stupid. So the Quartering hits him back with some of his own logic, saying that he looks at CP because he can't 100% disprove it, so therefore Keemstar should believe it's true. Now Keemstar thinks that this means that he's triggered and being bullied and blah blah blah. No. The point clearly went over Keemstar's head because he's a freaking idiot. All he's trying to say is don't believe something just because it can't be 100% disproven. It's funny because later he ends up saying that they shouldn't just go and flag Zombie Unicorn for CP because there's no evidence of that. Well, how do you know, Keemstar? She can't 100% prove it. See how stupid that game is? He just wants the Quartering to be guilty. He doesn't care that he's not. And this isn't the first time Keemstar has done something like this. He goes after people assuming that they're guilty because he needs the drama. He has to create it if he can't find it. There was tons of people leaving in the chat pictures of the 62-year-old dude who was a Twitch streamer that Keemstar accused of being a pedophile with no proof, and it turned out that he wasn't, because he doesn't care about the news, he doesn't care about reality, he cares about creating drama and getting views. He has no idea how to fact check a damn thing. He doesn't even have any critical thinking skills. Like, I've called him out before because he posted a video of what looked like a crazy feminist chick going off, and then if you looked at it, it came from MGTOW. It was completely out of context. This dude has no clue how to know if a source is trustworthy or what a bias is, apparently. One of the first things that you are taught when creating a report for school is to consider the bias of your source. This dude hates the Quartering, and you're just gonna believe it when he says the Quartering did it. This dude has gone off many times talking about how he's against deplatforming, and you just are assuming that the guy who doesn't like him is true. When I called him out for the feminist thing, I assumed it wasn't ill intent, I assumed it was just stupidity. But after seeing what he did to this dude, and after seeing what he's doing to the Quartering, it's ill intent. It's not just that he's stupid, which he is still, but it's mostly ill intent. He then goes on to create this tweet that he will later remove when he realizes that he shares the same fans, saying that the Quartering fans are brain dead and that they're saying that he can't have an opinion without proof. And this is very intellectually dishonest. He knows that's not what's going on. They're just saying that there is no proof and he has proven that he hasn't. Why would you believe him? And he also never stated that it was his opinion. He did state that he was guilty of it and to man up and apologize. It was not an opinion. You can have an opinion about if somebody did something or did not, but when there is no evidence for it and he did everything he can to prove that he didn't and you're still gonna say it, dude, you're being a fucking moron. You can't call other people brain dead when your only excuse is, well, he can't 100% disprove it, therefore he's guilty. In that case, everybody who's ever been accused of a crime is still guilty of that crime, whether or not they were let go or found innocent. He then tries to say that Jeremy is losing in the DMs, which he is quite clearly not. He's just trying to make a point. And obviously, later on, Keemstar deleted this tweet and gave no reason why. Even the Quartering asked, because it looked bad on him, because everybody can read. And the Quartering even points out that he has millions of followers, and this is something that can be very detrimental to a channel. And Keemstar just keeps going, I think you did it. Well, why do you think he did it? Why on earth would you think the guy who constantly talks about not deplatforming people do it? Because he can't be better than you? Is that why? Later, the Quartering said in the DMs that Keemstar is beating his girlfriend, and of course, everybody who's in the comment section just tells him to prove that he's not. But Keemstar still can't seem to understand the point that if you're going to say something detrimental to a creator, the fact that it can't be 100% disproven does not mean guilty. He's acting just like a feminist or social justice warrior. He has that mindset, and it's really stupid. Dude is basically perpetuating cancel culture the same way that they do. In fact, he has done it so many times in the past that he's actually harmed people and kicked them off of social media. And in my eyes, he's no better than them. I don't care if he does or doesn't agree with me on cultural issues. He's just ready to cancel people with no proof, and then he's a complete hypocrite. He wants to talk about how Twitch won't apply their rules evenly, but he can't even apply his own principles evenly. He later tries to use the fact that he talks shit about the Quartering as proof that it was the Quartering who did this, and the fact that it was only the Quartering video that was flagged, despite he doesn't know if any other videos has ever been flagged. The dude is an idiot, and he's looking for a reason. He just cannot let it go that the Quartering is better than him. The Quartering took a principled stance and would not stand for deplatforming, and Keemstar can't stand to have somebody better than him around. Somebody that had morals and stuck with it. And the funny thing is, Jeremy is not all that nice of a guy. Like, he has quite a bit of venom in the past. He's gotten a lot better, but he's not perfect, and he's not going to tell you that he is. But at least he isn't acting like Keemstar trying to drag somebody down because they see them as somebody who's stuck to their principles. But of course, he never issued an apology because Keemstar doesn't have any principles. And then later just tweeted this with James Carlos and whatever. And in 8 minutes, it already had more likes than most of his Quartering stuff. And in 15 minutes, it has surpassed everything for the Quartering. That's how much he was disliked. It took 15 minutes for his oldest tweet about this feud with the Quartering, about taking down Eight Thoughts videos. It took 15 minutes for him to actually get the same amount of likes and more. That is how little his own followers believed his bullshit. And at the end of the day, if the stuff about CP and beating his girlfriend ends up sticking, I'm not going to be sad, because it was done to prove a point. If he believes that you can just believe anything because it's not 100% disproven, even if no proof was provided in the first place, then if it happens to him, he cannot bitch about it. So if you were wondering what the fuck was going on, I hope this helped you guys out. He deleted quite a few of these tweets. I think it's mainly because he realized he shared a large audience with the Quartering, and he was calling the Quartering's fans dumb, which means he was calling his own fans dumb, when the guy thinks that if you can't 100% disprove something, you're guilty, which is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard. It's exactly what the, far left woke feminist crowd fucking says. And I think one of the worst parts about this is how much it distracted from Eight Thoughts, and the fact that he started all of this and he's getting like nothing coming to him so far. And Keemstar was going as far as to block people who were sharing photos of that 62-year-old dude that he fucking made cry with his false allegations. People were just telling him to stop and take the L, stop simming for Eight Thoughts. People were asking him how much Eight Thoughts was paying him for the shout out. And this just goes to show it's not only the news you gotta worry about, it's your YouTubers, especially people like Keemstar, who can't do any basic fact checking and can't even see the bias of the source that information is coming from, something that is very, very basic fact checking things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me, did you think Keemstar actually had a point? Did you think the Quartering did flag 8 Thoughts videos? Why do you think that? Are you on the Quartering side, or maybe were you a fan of both? Has this changed what you thought about Keemstar in any way, or the Quartering? Leave your opinions down below, and I thank you guys for showing up and helping the channel out by just watching these videos and leaving a like and sharing them around.